Hello students, welcome to today's video class. In the last video class we have started our new chapter number 5, that is language of chemistry. In that chapter we have already done up to how to write a chemical formula or deriving chemical formula. As we have I told you before doing the chemical formula, you must learn the common ions and radicals chart. Then only you can be able to write the chemical formulas. Okay. In this regard, today I am going to again give you some descriptions in the next part of the chapter, that is chemical equations and word equations. What are chemical equations? As you already know that in chemistry, when there is a chemical change, two or more things reacts with one another to give a new product. Okay. So this is the representation of this chemical change is called a chemical reaction, and the symbolic representation or representation of chemical reaction by using formula is called a chemical equations. Okay. So this is about the chemical equation. So chemical equation is what? It is a symbolic or representation or using the formula representation of the reaction between two or more reactants. It's called a chemical equation. So the definition you get will in book. The representation of chemical equations by using a formula is known as chemical equation. Chemical equation have its two parts. Any chemical equation is having two parts. One part is the reactant, another part is the product. Reactant means the things that we are going to react to, and the product means after reaction what new things we are getting, that is called the product. Suppose these chemical equations can be represented by three ways. Chemical equations can be represented by three ways. First one is the word equation, means we have to write in the simple words. Suppose for example you can see hydrogen plus oxygen, it gives water, you can write. It is called word equations. After writing the word equation, you have to write the skeleton equation. Skeleton equation means it is an unbalanced equation. Suppose hydrogen is H2, oxygen is O2, so H2 plus O2, it gives H2. It is not balanced now. So when you will balance this equation, it is called balanced chemical equation. So here it will become 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O. So you can see here hydrogen is 4 atoms. Here is also hydrogen 4 atoms. Oxygen here is 2, and again oxygen here also it's 2. Now I will explain you how to balance the chemical equation. But before that, learning how to balance a chemical equation, what we have to know some basic things. Then what is the need of balancing a chemical equation? Why you balance? Why don't we write like this the equations? Why you balance the chemical? What is the reason behind it to balance the chemical reactions? According to that, on that basis, for applying the atomic theory, it is said that in a chemical reaction, atoms of the reacting molecules do not change. Atoms of a molecule do not change. One atom of an element reacts with another atoms of an element by two ways that you have studied in your last chapter, that bond. So electrovalent and covalent bond. What you have learned there? In electrovalent bond, the atoms get transferred. Okay, only atoms get transferred. Electrons of an atoms get transferred to another atoms. But sometimes they also share also. So when they transfer electrons, this is called electrovalent bond. When they share electrons between them, they are called covalent bonds. So by only transfer or sharing electrons among themselves is to form a new compound. Okay, so this is by applying a chemical theory. So before reaction and after reaction, number of atoms cannot be changed. You can see here, here is hydrogen is 2 atoms. Here also hydrogen is 2 atoms. Oxygen is having 2 atoms, but here oxygen is only 1 atom. And then where one more atom is gone, atoms cannot be created nor be destroyed. So how can you have to be? Here also there must be 2 atoms. 2 plus 2, 4 atoms. Here should be also total number of atoms should be 4. That is the need, one reason for which we have to balance the chemical equation. So this is, so applying atomic theory. Atomic theory is another, is the fact of using a balancing a chemical reaction. Okay. Next point of reason, or the next reason behind the balancing a chemical reaction is the applying of chemical law of conservation of mass. What this says, according to law of conservation of mass, it is said that matter cannot be destroyed, it cannot be created, it can only be transformed. It can only be transformed. Okay. So before reaction and after reaction, total mass of the substance remains constant. So applying this law again, an atomic theory, it is very important to balance a chemical equation. So by balancing a chemical equations, we have to know how to balance the chemical equation. Now I will give you some examples which will help you to understand how we have to balance a chemical equation. Okay, now see. I am taking few examples from your book, that is question number. You can have this balancing in page number 82. There are few questions is given, balance the chemical equation. I am taking examples from here. First one is Zn plus HCl. Zn plus HCl, it gives ZnCl2 plus H2. It is ZnCl2 plus H2 is the chemical here. How we have to balance? First of all, the best method, you can use a heat and trial method. By oral calculation you can do the balancing, but sometimes so many students face problem while doing orally balancing, that is the heat and trial method. That's why generally when you start learning balancing a chemical equation, I suggest to follow the comparison method. That is the comparison method. What is this method? So what you have to do here first? Here first of all, you have to write all the elements which are present in the reactant part and the product part, and you have to write the number of atoms of individual elements present in both the reactant and product part. So you can see here is Zn, here hydrogen is there and chlorine is there. Here also you can see zinc is there, chlorine is there and hydrogen is there. What is the number of atoms in the zinc? You can see no number is there, so it is 1. Hydrogen is not, it is also 1. Chlorine is there is nothing, but it is 1. Here zinc is 1, chlorine is 2, hydrogen is 2. The first step of balancing a chemical equation, what we follow, we can here can see zinc is the same 1 atoms. Here hydrogen is 1, but here is hydrogen is 2. Here is chlorine is 1, here chlorine is 2. So from where you are going, you have to start balancing a chemical equation. It is always suggested that always start balancing a chemical for lower elements. Lower elements, out of these 3 elements, we have to see which elements come first according to the serial order. So serial order, if we follow, you will get hydrogen as the first comes. It is having the atomic number 1. So we will start balancing the atoms of hydrogen first. So how many hydrogen are there? Here 2 atoms, but here you don't have to write here 2. Here is it is having 2 atoms. Here is 1. That means you have to multiply it by 2. Okay, so it will become 2. Since you have to multiply it by 2, that means these 2 you have to write over here. You have to write over here, not in between the elements. You have to write at the sum at the front of the compound. If you have write 2 here, that means this 2 is for chlorine also. That means this chlorine will also get multiplied by 2. It will become 2. Now you can see automatically hydrogen zinc is in 1. So hydrogen became 2. Hydrogen is 2. Again automatically you see chlorine has also become 2. So by applying only 2 in HCl, the equation is balanced. So this is called the comparison method of balancing a chemical equation. Another example I am taking, that is number 5, that is SO2 plus O2 gives SO3. Number 5, another example, SO2 plus O2 gives SO3. So again write the comparison method. Here sulfur, oxygen, 2 oxygens are there, so we write 2 oxygen. Here only 1 sulfur and 1 oxygen. Here sulfur is 1, oxygen is 2, here is oxygen is 2, here is sulfur 1, oxygen is 3. That is very problematic. How will you do this? Again, out of sulfur and oxygen, according to serial order, if you say lower element is oxygen, it comes first, then the sulfur. So we will start balancing the oxygen first. You can see in the reactant part there are 4 atoms of oxygen. 2 plus 2, 4, but in the product part it is having only 3 atoms. The first common factor between 2 and 3 is 6. So we will try to make it 6 in both the cases. So if you want to make this 3 6, you have to multiply it by 2, it will become 6. That means when you multiply it by 6, that 2, this oxygen, that means you have to write 2 in front of SO3. If you write 2 in front of SO3, that means this 2 for again sulfur, so you have to multiply it by sulfur, will get also multiplied by 2 and it will become 2, but here you see sulfur becomes 1. So still now this oxygen is not yet balanced. It is 6, it is 4. That means here you have to do something to make here in the reactant part also 6. What we will do? Since sulfur has become 2, oxygen is also 2, so you can write 2 over here. If you write 2 in front of SO2, what will become? A sulfur get 1 atom of sulfur get multiplied by 2 and it becomes 2, and also this 2 is for oxygen, so this 2 is again multiplied by 2, so this is 4. Now you can see this 4 and 2 makes a 6. Now sulfur is 2, sulfur is 2, here oxygen is 6, here is oxygen is 6. So now it is a balanced chemical equation. 2SO2 plus O2 gives 2SO3. Now it is a balanced chemical equation. So in this way, we have to multiply. Now you have to do the balancing a chemical equation. So there are lots of questions. You have to practice more and more to get understand how to balance the chemical equations. So this will be your homework in this today's video, on basis of today's video class. Section B, in the question B, it is given that iron, chlorine and ferric chloride. Here also you can have the word. I will explain you one word equation. Okay, how to write equation from an word equation and then balancing. Here one question is given: iron plus chlorine. Iron plus chlorine, it gives ferric chloride. It gives ferric chloride. Sorry. It is ferric chloride. So iron you write Fe. It is chlorine, you have to write Cl2, because chlorine does not exist independently, but it always has 2 electrons. Now What is the formula of ferric chloride? How will you write? So if you know, it is very important to know the radicals to write this formula, because if you don't know the radicals, you cannot make the formula of this ferric chloride and other. So very important to write the chemical equation, from what equation to how to make a chemical formula. To know how to do the chemical formula, you should learn the radicals chart. Again, if you don't learn, you will be not able to write the chemical formula, and if you are not able to write the chemical formula, then you will be not able to write chemical equations. Your equation, if equations are incorrect, balancing will automatically incorrect. So very important. So how will you write the ferric chloride? So I will write ferric chloride is Fe. Ferric means 3 plus. It is a, and chloride is Cl. It is 1 minus. So when you crisscross this, it will become FeCl3. So you can easily write here FeCl3. It becomes FeCl3. Now you have to balance the chemical. Now you need to have to balance it. So again, comparison method. Fe, Cl, Fe is 1, Cl is 2. Again, here Fe is 1, but Cl is 3. Now both iron are same. Chlorine is 2 here and 3. Out of iron and chlorine, obviously chlorine comes first. So have to balance the chlorine, because iron are already balanced here. So chlorine is here 2 and here is 3. That means the common multiple of 2 and 3 is, first common multiple is 6. That means if you make this 3 6, and you can also make it this chlorine 6. So to multiply this chlorine with 6, you have to multiply 3 by 2, it will become 6. And if you want to make chlorine 6, you have to multiply 2 by 3, it will become 6. When you multiplying 3, that means you have to write 3 over here. When you multiplying chlorine with 2, that means you have to write 2 over here. But there is again problem. If you multiply 2 over here, that means you have to multiply iron also with 2. It becomes 2, but here is iron only 1. So make it iron 2 again, you have to put here 2 into 2. That is equals to 2. So now it is balancing. So 2 Fe plus 3 Cl2, it gives 2 FeCl3. Okay. So in this way, from our word equation, you have to make the chemical equation, unbalanced chemical equation, or you can say skeleton equation. After writing the skeleton chemical equation, then you have to balance the chemical equation. You can use your mental calculation to balance, or you can use this method of comparison method to balance the chemical equation. I hope you have understood this part of the video class. In the next video class, I will explain you how to find the formation, what information we gathered from a chemical equation, and a way of making a chemical equation more informative. How will you? And then after our chapter will get over. Okay. Thank you. If you have any doubts, then please call me or text me by WhatsApp. Thank you.